Hi guys, just sharing some news here. Not going to spend too much time on it, but I'm just going to throw it out there. For those of us who live in New York, as you could see here from MSN Money, put this out an hour ago, according to this here. And it says Amazon cancels plans to build headquarters in New York. Yeah, you heard it. The people don't want it. It's not something they're into. They don't particularly care to have this here. It goes on to say here, Amazon abruptly scrapped plans for the New York headquarters, for the new headquarters in New York. That could have created 25,000 jobs, blaming opposition from local leaders, upset by nearly $3 billion of incentives promised by the state and city politicians. Hoorah! Good for them. Um, not for nothing. I mean, I like Amazon. I like I said again, I don't really sell on it. I mean, I'm a registered seller on it, but I don't really sell on it per se. Um, I can understand the way they feel out there in Queens, in Long Island City, whatever. But um, if you check it out, it goes on to say over here, the company said that Thursday did not see consistently positive collaborative relationships with the state and local officials, opponents. Excuse me. The project feared congestion and higher rents in Long Island City, Queens, and objected to the incentives for the company run by Jeff Bezos, the world's richest man. Amazon said it would not conduct a new headquarters search and would focus on growing at other existing planned offices. They just don't want it, plain and simple. Um, I guess the reason why he was attracted to it, folks, is if you're going to get $3 billion of tax incentives, right? Why not? Right? Why not? Why not? Why wouldn't a person want to take advantage of that? It says the online retailer carried out a highly publicized year-long contest to pick a location for the $5 billion second headquarters, drawing bids from across the United States and Canada. It ultimately splits plans to add 50,000 jobs between New York and Arlington, Virginia, near Washington. The Long Island City deal was negotiated by New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo. Yeah. Oh well, too bad, right? Who joked, joked, who joked he would change his name to Amazon Como if it might help lure the company to New York City. Mayor Bill de Blasio, they promised it would more pay. It said over here, it says that it would more than pay for itself in the long term through new tax revenues. Cuomo has said in a statement that the small group of politicians had put their own narrow political interests above the New Yorkers. They should be held accountable for the lost economic opportunity, he said. Some New Yorkers mounted a protest after the deal was announced, angered by the $2.8 billion in incentives promised to Amazon and fearing further gentrification. Where am I here? In the neighborhood once favored by artists looking for cheap studio space. And our new Congresswoman, U.S. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a critic of the project and self-described Democratic socialist, whose district spans parts of Queens and Bronx, cheered with the reversal by the world's most valuable public company. Well, I'll tell you what, Jeff. You know what? If you come to Long Island, you may get a good deal. There's plenty of space out there to build a whole new headquarters. That's out in called Suffolk County if you guys want to check out there. But I guess you wanted to be near the city for other reasons. Maybe because of the proximity to the adjacent. Well, it is the tri-state area, right? New York. What is it? New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey. Maybe that's probably why you wanted to be there. I guess it's pretty much a focal hub, and it probably would have been. There's probably more reasons than that as to why he'd been there or why he chose that particular area. But it is what it is. So without expanding too much on it, yep. Oh well. Back to the drawing board, right? Right. Okay. Let's move right along. Let's get out of here. Okay, moving right along. Here's another one from IE Spectrum. And it says, meanwhile, those at Google, Facebook, and LinkedIn feel quite secure, according to the survey by Social Network Blind. And it goes on to say here, who's afraid of a looming layoff? Blind, a social network that anonymously connects employees with others in their workplace, asked its users that the question last week, and nearly 9,000 responded. Overall, the news was good. 64% are feeling their positions are quite secure right now, answering no to the question. Are you worried about layoffs at your current company? But that sense of security isn't spread equally across the tech industry. Now, let me just tell you something. When I had a meeting like this, when the word layoffs came out into play, just to share this with you, we came in our cafeteria, and I don't know how many people were there. All I know was standing room only. That's how many people were there. And we had the president, vice president, the whole entourage up there, telling people about the rumors. You know, they say, oh, we understand that there's rumors going around, or we want to clarify, but yes, there are people leaving because of early retirement and early attrition, this, that, and the other thing, yada, yada, yada. And make a long story short, that everybody that is in here right now in this cafeteria, your jobs are safe. For now. For now. About a year and a half later, from what I understand, 1,000 jobs, well, from a year and a half later, 1,000 jobs got lost, right? There was a layoff. Who was part of the layoff? Yours truly, right here. So when they say they feel secure, that's their own intuition of it. But I tell you the truth, me, if I was to get involved in another company, and I heard the word layoff or people feel secure, they had statistics about it. Some people do feel secure about their jobs, and there's a lot of percentage of people that don't feel secure about their jobs. So this is a little gray area with that question. Some people may feel that way, and I thought the same thing when they said everybody in here, their jobs so far are safe for now. Basically we kind of left like, okay, right now we're good, But a year and a half later, that's when I got laid off. So it is what it is. Anyway, it says among the most worried tech professionals at Telsa with 77% answering yes, followed by eBay. 72% are worried. Okay, followed by eBay. Look at the ad there. Followed by eBay. 72% are worried, and Snapchat. 71% are worried. SAP and VMware, some 66% are worried at both. Over at Cisco, PayPal, and Intel, about half of the respondents are concerned about possible layoffs. Meanwhile, such thoughts aren't keeping too many tech workers up at night, like Uber, 20%, LinkedIn, 15%, Facebook, 12%, or Google, 11%. The full list is below. Worried about layoffs at your company? If I was working, I would be working right now. I don't have any. I'm not working for a company. But here, check this out. Look at this here. Worried about layoffs at your company. Telsa Motors, eBay, we just went through that. SAP, Verizon here, Verizon Media, Oracle, Cisco, PayPal, Intel, NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, Adobe, Amazon, Salesforce, Uber, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Google. These are the look, I'm not making this stuff up. This is here. See, worried about layoffs at your company. Percentage of tech workers answered yes by employer. Look at this. Okay? You can read this story if you choose to do so. The URL is https://spectrum.ieee.org. I feel for these people. I've been there twice. One company bankruptcy. And believe me, folks, when you hear that word looming around the office, layoffs, be prepared. You know what I have to say to that? Get your resume polished up, because you might be on an unemployment line sooner or later. Believe me. All right. Now we talk a little about Uh, let's see. There's so much. All right, you know what? We'll kind of like mix it up over here. Our picks, creators. This one here is from news.com. Yeah, www.news.com.au. And it goes on to say here, uproar as collectible sets spotted on eBay hours after launching. I'm not going to play the video here, folks, because I don't want this to be too long. My videos run too long. I'm not going to play that there. You could play the video. Like I said, that's why I gave you URL. And it goes on to say here, the supermarket giant only launched Stickies collectibles yesterday, but within hours they were fetching staggering sums on eBay. I don't know what I heard about this once before, and I never really took notice of this here. I don't know. Have you guys ever seen these things around? I go to thrift stores. I look. I don't see these things around anywhere. I don't know. It says Kohls. I don't know. Kohls' latest collectibles craze has already sparked controversy after an entire set of Silkies was spotted on eBay with a $500 price tag just hours after launching. Stickies made their debut in stores yesterday with 24 mini fruit and veggies to collect. Stickies is associated with Kohls Fresh Rainbow Challenge is designed to make healthy eating fun, and customers can receive a free collectible every $30 they spend in the store. Now, I don't know if this is a store Kohls around us, if that's the one. We don't have any around here, not that I know of. Unless it's somewhere out, far out, or another part of town. I haven't seen one. Then it goes, house prices drop. I don't know what that is. We're not going to look at that one. But it says over here, but according to Annoyed, news.com.au reader, by 2 p.m. on the day of the release, there were already people trying to make a quick buck from them on eBay, with the complete sets of being posted for $500 plus postage, as well as collector cases at $78 for $78. You guys familiar with this stuff? Because I ain't. I'm not. Okay. It must be, if they're talking. Well, you know what? I think I know why. It's in Australia. Never mind. Never mind. I'm having one of those days. Okay. So anyway, if you would like to read the rest of the story, for those who are new, I do not read everything verbatim. I will share the news with you guys. I will give you the URL, and the rest is up to you if you want to pick up where I left off. Let's move right along to the next one. I think we got the same story here. Yep. Okay, let's get rid of that. Good. We shorten this up here. Make this news a little shorter. Okay. This one came out Tuesday, February 12th, 2019. eBay sales tax error. Washington says contact the seller. Look at that. Readers are asking us a question about eBay's new practice for collecting state sales tax from Washington and Minnesota. It began collecting Iowa state sales tax this month as required by the marketplace facilitator laws. eBay has not yet replied to our inquiry sent last week. Many sellers who buy inventory for resale have obtained resale certificates that allow them to make tax-exempt purchases, but sellers in Washington state say eBay is charging them sales tax on their purchases regardless. On Thursday, a reader said, bad enough, I'm going to be charged WA sales tax on items bought for resale, but also being charged 10% when the actual rate for my location is 8.6%. Okay, we're still hearing reports that users have problems with the way eBay is collecting Washington State sales tax. As I said, this is going to be a nightmare. This stuff, folks. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I mean, listen, I'm all for one for paying taxes, and I said it like this, you know. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my whole concept of thinking is off. But you know what I said? It would be nice if people, if each state business, like I said, nexus, like mine, I live in New York, that I collect all the sales tax within New York, right? And I would, submit it to the New York Department of Taxation and Finance, right? Send it to them. It would be so much easier this way. This way here, we got to be, not only now you're an entrepreneur, now you got to be a tax collector in different states. And let me tell you something, if you look at the map, a lot of companies are jumping on board. So just don't think it's just going to be a selected few. There are more and more going to be coming on, believe me. I would like to do a video on that, just on that one alone, that topic alone about the taxes, and show you what it's all about, and you get a rough idea about it. To me, I think it's going to be a nightmare. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Drop a comment, share it with us. I want to see what you guys have to say. I think, like I was saying, is charity begins at home. It'd be nice to do it that way, but then again, what would happen would be, I don't know. I mean, to me, I think it would make sense that I'm doing business in New York. I collect all the sales tax from the people in New York, and I give it to them. In other words, every state fends for themselves would be an ideal thing. But hey, I'm just a little nobody. So but my idea, the way I'm thinking like that, they wouldn't even bother listening to it. Probably just throw me out and my idea out. But anyway, you could check this out for yourself, folks. Let me give you a URL. It's www.ecommercebytes.com. Okay, you could check that out. And we're going to move right along. Okay. Now, what is this one here? Okay, problems with eBay shipping calculator. Have you guys had any problems with that? I hadn't had any problems with it, since it came out and did a changeover. I don't know if you guys have any problems, but let's read. This came out February 12, 2019. It says some sellers say eBay is undercharging their buyers for USPS first-class package service on the eBay shipping calculator. When you go to print the label, eBay is charging them the correct higher price. Okay, a reader had written to us last month report on January 27, 2019. The USPS raised the first class package rates, but almost 2 weeks later, the eBay shipping calculator has not switched over to the new rates, and the buyers are making purchases, including postage, at the old USPS first class package rates, meaning they didn't update their system. So now I want to share this with you guys. I think I talked about this once before in my other videos. I had sent the package out. I don't know what it was again now. I can't remember what it was. Well, long story short, I had put the package on my scale, and I know my scale wasn't off. At least I believe it wasn't. And when I had sent it out to the postal service, I sent it through, regular just that USPS first class package, I got a message from eBay saying that I was undercharged on in other words, I underpaid on the postage. Now, when I weighed it on my scale, which is a U.S. Postal Service scale, it's a little one, it's a 10-pound thing. Everything seemed copacetic. But when it got to now here's what happens: the Postal Service will, even though it's under postage, like in other words, it's not, you don't have the correct postage amount on there, the U.S. Postal Service is still going to deliver it. What I think it happens is they entail eBay will pick up the tab and then they charge you, because I got a notification from eBay saying something to the effect that you didn't have enough postage to cover on here, and then they give you this thing on how to measure it, how to check it out, and all that stuff. I know how to do it there. It might have just been a glitch in my postage scale. All right, but anyway, long story short, and they tell you, when you get that message from eBay, they'll tell you that you're going to be charged. I think mine was an additional $2.35. All right, so fine. They're going to take it out of my account, yada, yada, yada. It's done, it's set, I haven't had any problem outside of that, as far as that part goes. Now, again, that could have been my scale could have been off. Okay, it could have been off. Now, don't forget, anything over an ounce, if you're doing something that's 1 pound, 2 ounces, if it's 1 pound, 2 ounces, they automatically, I think it calculates over to 2 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. That's why I understand it. Now, my scale might have been off. It is battery operated, but for the most part, it always seemed to work right up to 100%. I always said this is the first time I got a notification like that, that I got underpaid on the postage. I'm not trying to get over on the Postal Service, believe me, not by far. But anyway, that's what happens. Now, with this situation here, I don't know. As far as that, I've been using it right along, for the very few sales I get, and everything seemed copacetic except that one package I had that problem with. So, hey, it was only $2.35 I owed eBay, But they will still deliver it. But if you're going to do it, folks, there's another scale I did a long time ago as far as equipment I use. Now, the U.S. Postal Service one is a good scale. All right, I'll show it to you really quick. I like it. It's only a 10-pounder. Okay, and it's right here. See, it's from the United States Postal Service. It's their scale. And if you have to put a letter up there, whatever, if I could get this little thing pops up here, so you could use that like that. Okay, it does. It's I have it. Well, they do give you a USB a AC adapter where you can plug it in right there. But I got the batteries in there. Now the batteries, last time I checked, seemed pretty good. I mean, as far as I was concerned. But this is what I use to mail. This is the 10-pound scale, and you can see it. It's from the United States Postal Service. It's their scale, and it is pretty accurate. Okay. Now, why it came out like that? Now, maybe it is the glitch in there that caused that problem. I don't know. It could be. Maybe that's why it happened like that. Maybe I'm thinking my scale could be off, and maybe it was that problem there where it's not charging the proper postage. But in any event, I paid it. It's okay. It's done. So I'm okay with it. Anyway, if you guys have problems with that, check it out. Let's move right along. I want to get this over with. Okay, here is another one. It goes on to say, this one came out February 11, 2019, a glitch that impacted eBay, not sellers. And it goes on to say here, how many times have readers said that glitches always impact sellers and not eBay? Here's an exception to perceived rule. The Justice Department said a buyer exploited a glitch on eBay and racked up lots of purchases without technically paying for them. The government said a glitch permitted repeated uses of the same gift card. You can't make this stuff up, folks. It made the claim in a press June release when it announced it had charged a Pennsylvania man with wire fraud in connection with the scheme to over-redeem gift cards. The information alleges that between October 29, 2016 and January 10, 2017, Browdy internationally conducted approximately 1,100 fraudulent transactions, triggering this glitch, and in the process over-redeemed approximately $320,000 from the company's gift cards, the U.S. Attorney General office alleged. Philadelphia Inquirer had more details in the article published today. It says, it's rather embarrassing for eBay, while there's no indication of when the glitch came into being. The government said it was a place for at least two and a half months. Presumably, sellers were held responsible. Presumably, sellers weren't held responsible for the alleged fraud since the items were purchased with the eBay gift card. So mark this down as a case where the glitch cost eBay rather than the eBay sellers. I don't know, folks. And last but not least, this one here is from February 13th. This was yesterday, 2019. Goes on to say, I am a mouse and eBay is a maze. I am a mouse and eBay is a maze. I am a mouse, and it goes on here to say, I don't want to keep repeating myself. Once upon a time, I diligently worked my way through the maze, and eBay rewarded me with a sweet treat. After my treat, a big hand would come down and grab me by the back of my neck and set me aside of the maze to start all over again. I thought it was a sweet treat. Was good. I've got to try it again. Once again, I turned this way, and finally, I found the end of the maze. Woo-hoo! The eBay maze gave me another sweet treat. In fact, I tried it 7 more days. And each time I got the sweet treat, and every time eBay lifted me up and out of the back of my neck, saying, "Get back to the line." Okay, I don't know what this is all about here, or who wrote this, why they wrote it. I don't know. Is this some kind of a? I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to bother you because it seems to me kind of silly. I just thought I'd throw it out there. If you guys want to check it out, you know the URL. That's basically it. Anyway, guys, listen, I want to wrap this up. I just want to say to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel, thanks again for taking the time and initiative to check out my YouTube channel. And if you guys do like the content I put out here, please don't forget to hit that like. Don't forget to, I should say, subscribe, like, comment, and share. And if you want to be notified as to when I post new videos, don't forget to hit that bell notification icon. This is Pasini signing off. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.